Hold on.
What? This guy, he got him a fresh Baldy.
Nah. I had to do that because of God of War, you know.
Are you wait for real?
I got you.
No, you both lying. I was like, wait, what? Why would you do that? You don't even play the shit. Alrighty. He got me. You got me. I was like, what? No fucking way. Oh man.
Where's the makeup, bro?
All right.
I know. All I need now is that fucking line right there.
Nah, man. You need that. You need the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's come out and just be like, hey, let's go kill that deer. The deer. All right. Welcome to the BrolicGamer Podcast. We're kind of late. It's episode number 3. We're 2 weeks off, so we're going to have to make it up to you guys. There's a lot of scheduling issues between everyone. But we're all here now on this nice sunny day in California because I know Jersey's probably either snowing, raining, windy as hell, or coldest-ish. So, but yeah. How's everyone doing today? You good?
Pretty good.
Not bad.
Pretty good. It's like old man over there.
I got a little shit in my throat from drinking that.
So Rick, how was your little LA trip? I know you had a funeral and stuff, but
You know what? It's good.
it was a funeral, right?
It was more or less relocating some stuff. So.
Oh, okay.
I went to go see and friends, and then I went to go see more family, some niece and nephews that I've actually never met in person. So that was cool.
Bitch, that was awkward meeting people. And as you get older, you get real like antisocial sometimes. I know I do.
You start to just not care.
Yeah, it's just like I don't want to speak to you, bro.
It's one of those things. It's just like they are all like 11 teen. They're all like young.
11 teen.
11.
We're starting early, guys. Starting early. But that's cool.
It was cool because it's just like they're like just like a horde of like little teenagers, and it's just like, you know what? Okay, cool. You guys go run around. I'm gonna socialize with the adults now.
Yeah, you were up there playing with them and shit. Like, yo, dude, let's play some like tag. Let's play some tag.
Should have taken a Switch or something. Be like, yo.
Oh shit.
Look what I got. Some Mario Kart.
Dude, that'd be crazy. Like you'd be like the best uncle or cousin that they never met. If you was to do something like that.
Yep.
Bring a game system. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, let's get it, guys. Let me show you how old people get down, because you know you all up there.
Damn, you man, I look
hey, you might, I guess, but you're still old though. That don't change it.
That's great.
Well, anywho, you want to open up with
E3. So for you guys who haven't heard yet, dates are June 12th to the 14th, and tickets are still on sale. They're about $300 a pop, but should be an interesting year.
I want to go. I really do. Like, I want to get away, but I don't know who will go with me. Because I said it in the chat, and nobody answered me when I said it.
The problem is the money.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like it's in June though, so it's like you could.
It is, yeah.
Just no more in-game purchases on mobile apps. You could save $300 pretty quick.
Right.
I don't know. I just never been to one. It just seems like it's real cool to meet like mad gaming people. You know, not just like us and we go outside in the real world. They're like, oh, these guys are nerds. You get to be a nerd with the nerds.
No judgment.
Almost like a Comic-Con. I want to try one of those, but I'm just kind of scared of that. I think that's too real for me.
I think I would love it.
I would love it, but it's just like you see dudes come out, they're just like, and they're just in their costumes. And I'm just like, hey, all right, calm down, sir, calm down. Turn that shit down a little bit. You just scared the crap out of me.
On another note, Pokemon Go, there's been some more info out. Hopefully we get to see a dual region for this new game coming for the Switch, like they did in Soul Silver and Heart Gold. And then the release date is to be rumored for November of this year for the holidays.
Or for the Switch? The full game?
Switch. Yes, the full game.
I thought you said Pokemon Go, then you went to that. What?
Oh, Pokemon Switch.
Oh, okay.
Rick was talking about Pokemon Go and his little adventure down in LA. But yeah, so it's rumored to be in November this year. Hopefully that's true. Again, this is just a rumor. Hopefully Nintendo comes out with some sort of statement giving us some concrete info. But until then,
They should make that totally VR, but Nintendo doesn't have VR, does it? The Switch?
I don't think so. No.
And you put the dang on thing on, and you just end up in like your. I
Just
don't know
start,
that.
throw
Just
Pokeballs
the
and
thing
stuff.
about that gonna be kind of legit though. Like Pokemon Go is like not it for what we wanted as when we were kids. I think this would be their opportunity.
It was like a whole nother like I don't know. I guess what we expected from it.
Yeah, and it was just not it. It was very, 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 very sad.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all Pokemon Go or Pokemon for the Switch news for today.
So, is there any game that you would sit there and risk your life playing if there's a real disaster outside? And like through your whole career of games, like
Monopoly.
anything.
I mean,
Monopoly.
I wouldn't like Monopoly.
Well, I could agree on that. Cause think about it. You got to put the money away. You got dudes that cheat. Oh, I'll put your money right here. We'll save it for tomorrow. No, we all did that. No, you don't do that. But I can understand that. I can see that.
I don't know if there was something like going on. I'd probably just grab my Xbox and all my games.
So let's say.
Actually, I'd probably grab my laptop and all my games for Xbox. I can just get a new.
You have 30 minutes for a bomb strike. Do you finish your game of Counter-Strike? That's usually like, do you or do you not? And you guys are up.
You're talking about like if you get a warning?
Yeah, like you got 30 minutes.
You're in a game?
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Going on,
yeah,
right.
and you get 30 minutes. Like that's the time frame I'm giving you. 30 minutes to say.
I mean, if I can finish that shit in 29 minutes.
Savage.
29 minutes. Like I got 1 minute to spare to get in my car and drive like 10 miles. How's it gonna work?
To dodge the bombshells.
Oh my god.
No, I'm putting the game down and leaving. There's no game that's gonna make me sit and be like, oh my god, I gotta win before disaster hits. Like that's not.
Well, say it's a money tournament and you might win and you might survive because it's not.
If there's
like,
a bomb coming, money won't matter.
Yeah, all honestly, I'd probably just run.
And I'm gonna finish that game of Fortnite.
I'd rather have my life than...
So I'm gonna finish that game of Fortnite like that kid Anton.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Go watch the video on the Discord. I'm gonna finish my game of Fortnite before this tornado knocks me out.
Yeah, that kid, you know, he made sure his siblings were safe, but like, really, you gotta finish a game of Fortnite and there's a tornado outside.
He was playing with Ninja. You never know.
Damn.
No, I mean, there has been a study that there is such thing as gaming addiction, and I'm pretty sure he fits the bill for that.
Hey, I think we all do, especially you at one point. Not younger, probably not now.
We all do
because we have priorities now.
That fits the bill. Tornadoes ripping your neighbor's house up right in front of you, and you want to get top 10 in Fortnite.
Because I think did he get like a rare scar?
You cannot put the controller down, dude.
Okay, so this report says Anton Williams was in the middle of a round of the hugely popular video game when the tornado blew through his neighborhood. However, he apparently didn't even notice the powerful EF2 twister until it began ripping the roofs off of his neighbors' homes. Playing Fortnite.
How do you not even hear that shit? Like your headphones can't be that loud, dude.
Dude, his fucking best earphones ever.
Like for real, because.
And how does his internet stay on during a tornado?
Yeah, how does that happen?
I just don't get
it. If it didn't hit the lines, think about it. Usually it runs underneath. Like if you're depending on where you live.
I know, but wouldn't that like mess with the signal too?
In that little interview, in the statement, it was saying that power lines were being ripped up. Like what?
He wasn't on that grid.
He's still in the game.
This man was on his own grid. Like savage as fuck.
He had a generator downstairs. He's like, just in case.
He got that solar panel.
It's like, just in case, guys. I got my batteries loaded. I'm ready to play.
He tells his brother and sister, get in the bathroom.
He created his own Wi-Fi spot.
I'm gonna finish this game. You're hot in the bathroom. Go to the tub, cover up.
I'll be right there.
Oh my god.
he said the storm's coming. Get to circle.
Oh shit.
Damn. All right. That's
That was a good one.
I can't.
Get this. I'm so done. Oh. Woo. Woo. That was too.
No, like realistically, fuck. His headset must have.
I got him dying.
I'm in tears. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that.
Oh, bro.
Woo. Oh, so look, if nobody likes Fortnite like that here, right?
Nah, I can't deal with it.
Like, I hate talking about it because, like, I'm worried over this in the first podcast, but this most popular man, Mr. Ninja, he held his first live event, which I think is odd and cool at the same time, because he had $50,000 worth of prizes to give away, and apparently if you won the match, he would give you $2,500, and if you killed him personally, he would give you $2,500, like you. So if you kill him multiple times, you can rack up money.
Like dollars, right?
Yes, dollars, like $2,500, bam, boom. So would you go to one of those events for that, even if you don't hate the game?
Would.
Yeah,
Is that agree on everyone?
Even if I sucked, you know, I would. Shit, let me shoot at everybody. Fuck it.
That's kind of cool though. Like,
you know, yeah.
It's nice to see that like he's actually giving some money back to the community.
Yeah, because he's making bank.
Yeah.
See, but that's a different thing between him and like all these other like YouTube personalities. Like, he seems like a down to earth guy that wants to, I guess keep his name known, not just hot for like a year or whatever. Well, that should contribute to the whole deal. Because I thought that was different, because it was like they didn't count it as an esport event because it wasn't a competition, but it technically was because of his custom server with some of his top streamers and a whole bunch of other people that played with him. Because he was playing with regular people like you and me. He just, hey, come hang out. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool for what it is. And I think that's why, even though we hate that game, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I totally, I mean, more and more people play it every day.
It's like, it's not.
But yeah, I'd join a competition like that. Shit, I think we'd all be trying to kill.
Say it was Call of Duty though.
Honestly, I could probably get behind Call of Duty again more than Fortnite.
Yeah, I think I agree on that too. But still, I haven't played Call of Duty so long. Oh, that new one's coming out. You think it's gonna be another flop?
I don't know. I mean, it might just be another game with a different skin over it, but
like it's been.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to see some gameplay when it releases, see how I like it. But if it's like way too fast paced like the previous two have been, I won't.
Hey, Guar, did you play the second one or the new one? Because I know you have console. Did you have it or have you played it?
I played it on PS4. Yeah.
Is it good? Because a PC, it dies on everything, so I can't look at PC reviews because like PC players don't play like Call of Duties. They always give it shit reviews.
It's boots on ground. It's kind of bringing it back to its roots. It was cool because it was World War II, but it's just the way that Call of Duty is played is just so old, so outdated.
Is it still super fast paced?
Yeah, it's been.
No, it's just running gun. There's no.
That's basically what it is. That's why I'm hoping this one's different.
You start your match, and everyone runs to the middle. Oh, let's chuck 5 grenades. Let's see, and you usually get a good kill here and there. But then you run around corners, and bam, there's a guy sitting there. Or it's the same old. It's never going to change. Call of Duty will never be different. Maybe if they touched upon, forget what Call of Duty it was. I think it was Modern Warfare 3, I think, where they had that game mode where you could do third person. I mean, if they make the game third person, I think they'll have a better multiplayer base than this run and gun first person shooter, because it's
well, they had third person in Modern Warfare 2. Cause I remember playing I remember that small map.
Rust?
Whichever
not
one,
Rust, it was the other
whichever one
one.
that
Oh,
has the
shipment?
javelin.
It was no. That's
Oh, that was the first one?
original Modern Warfare.
Okay.
Yeah, it's some map in the second one.
You got me
Yeah,
thinking
it was
now.
fun when they had that. I don't know why they got rid of it, but they got rid of it.
I'll get back to that in a second. I'll look it up.
So
It was whichever Call of Duty had the javelins in it.
how would they slow down the pace of Call of Duty? Like if they made the new one, like because it is super fast paced. Like, do they change the running speed or do they just add more?
No,
like
look at what's going on right now with the Call of Duty. There is technically a Call of Duty out there that's third person. It's PUBG. If
Yeah,
Call
true.
of Duty wanted to mimic PUBG, then go ahead, make a big map, make trees, make something you can hide behind, and then kind of duck around so you can look, like peek around and stuff. But all the console games, all the Call of Duty games have the same thing in common. It's small maps. They want multiplayer to be done quickly. They want you to get your 360 no scope shot with the sniper rifle. It's never. That's what brings them, or that's what drives them, because that's what the competitive gameplay is all about. They want these crazy shots by these guys, that just make it look so easy. It's not about tactical. It's not about having a strategy anymore. It's just, hey, let's run and gun.
So
and
how
then
do
get
you
shot by a 360 no scoper?
So do they still have pro gamers?
That map's called Scrapyard. Remember that?
Oh no, let me Google.
It's like you'll see it as soon as you see the picture. Just look up Scrapyard, Modern Warfare 2, and you'll remember. As soon as the picture
back up Scrapyard near me. So do you consider Call of Duty then esports a pro game, or you can become pro in it, since you're saying it's like it's so easy and it's like running gun? Like, is there skill in it?
I would consider World at War. That could have been an esports one.
I know that map.
I wouldn't consider any of the last, I'd say, 4 or 5 years of Call of Duty to be any esports. It's not.
Yeah, no.
Yes, it's gonna take skill, but you're someone who's like, okay, let's say that guy, I don't remember his name, but he streamed a lot on that Call of Duty with the jump jets, and how he was jumping around, running on walls, and just killing everybody.
Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3 stuff. I think that's that game.
Just going, yeah. You know what? It's great. It's good. That takes skill.
No, that's Advanced Warfare.
But it takes skill. But when you're playing people that aren't gonna do that or care to do that, then it just makes you look like a god. True. Like if you had a full team of people that could do what he did, I'm sure it would have been a big battle. Them jumping all over the place. But honestly, I don't think it should be esports. I don't think it takes the skill of like Counter-Strike, or I'll even say it, Fortnite.
Yeah,
Fortnite,
it's way different.
So is there any good competitive console games besides? I'm not talking. Don't say. Oh, is there any MOBAs for console that are competitive? Or no? Like, what's a competitive game for console besides like?
Smite.
Is that
Smite?
Is it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know any games that are considered.
Madden is a huge esports.
Madden, yeah.
Game. Madden is huge in esports. They have that every year in Times Square. Two guys
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Right here.
Yeah, Overwatch has gotten pretty big, especially on PC too. Like there's some crazy people that pull off some.
I can't get into
really
that
nice
game
plays.
though. I don't know. I
can't
do it.
I personally have never played it, but I've watched it, and I don't know. It seems a lot of fun.
Well, you know what the sad thing is? I'm actually not bad at Overwatch. Like I get in the top tier of kills, like in each match, but I just didn't find it fun. I didn't find it entertaining enough for me to stay on it. I played it for like a couple months, and I was like, wow, this is just nothing. Dude. There's nothing for me to progress. There's nothing, no story, no nothing. I get they got seasons and stuff, but it's not for me. It's not for me.
All right, so console games, the most played game is the Call of Duty series. It's Call of Duty.
Really?
You have Madden, and you have Halo 5. I'm looking at the top people in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Halo, I feel like would be good in competition.
And they make some bank. Like this top guy, Damon Barlow, he's made a total of $686,000 pro gaming on Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think the Infinite Warfare one is the one with the jumping all over the place and stuff.
No, isn't that the remake of the original one? Or that had this stuff too? I thought we had Advanced. Isn't it called Advanced Warfare 2? Or that was scrapped
there's
and
Advanced
called
Warfare.
that?
Yeah. No, Advanced Warfare's out.
It's been too long.
I know they're all same. I said they're all the same to me, so I don't. I can't.
That's what I'm
tell the
saying. That's
difference
why I'm
between
like
them.
really iffy about this new one coming out, because is it just gonna be the same like the past like 5 of them, or
I think
like
so.
what, you know?
It's
The
So
one I wish they would remake, they haven't remade. I just want World at War to come back.
Oh, yeah.
with better graphics.
compared to
That's
this, the one that you play
World
now
War
to
II.
that one. Which one? Like, is there any similarities
War.
or
No, World at War,
No.
100%.
it's just
yeah,
100?
World War way better.
Why?
The maps in World at War are much larger. They were
it allows for
innovative.
still a faster gameplay, but it's much slower than what you see today. in-
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you play Search and Destroy, you can play it right.
Yes.
Well, yeah, the World War II game. The thing that they did, they copied other games. I'm pretty sure, and I hate saying this, but I'm pretty sure they copy and pasted a bunch of maps and just changed the outlook of them. There was a couple maps in there that I was like, I've played this before. I've been here before. And with that kind of takes, going back to the esports, that takes, like, Call of Duty I don't think can be an esport because they just remake maps into their new games and they change the outlook of it, but you have the feeling of, okay, you know where you're going.
True.
Like, you know what the fastest route is. You know
Yeah.
what you're doing. And I think they really need to be more creative. Stop spending a year on games each. Just make a game that's worth playing.
For
Make
at
something
least like
like
2 years, and then come out with another one like the third. Yeah.
Well, I want them to create something that I can play tactically at a faster than slow pace. Like, I don't want them to become PUBG where the map is just so ginormous you're running the whole time, but make it a decent sized map.
Well,
where,
you know what?
okay, if 3 go around this way and 2 go around this way, one guy can be the outlook up the middle or something like that.
Well, see
it's
that
not,
the because of the fast play on Call of Duty, that's the whole reason why I switched over to Battlefield, because it's way more tactical when you're playing with a squad. Have you guys played Battlefield 4?
I haven't
Battlefield
played
4
any
won.
Battlefields, my friend.
Okay, well,
I played them all.
it involves way more communication than what you see in Call of Duty. Let's just say that.
Oh, I know. Like, I believe that from the last one I played was like Bad Company, because that's the last time I played like console.
Bad Company.
Yeah, that's like the last time I played.
I played Battlefield 4, loved it, thought it was great, had a few people to play with. Battlefield 1 was fantastic because I love the old.
Yeah, it's great too. Yep.
Yeah, I love the old style.
It has the same kind
game.
of gameplay pace.
Yeah,
when you're playing
it's
Battlefield
quick.
4. But
it's slow, but it's quick. Especially when you do that war mode, and you are just you got people posted up in trenches in Battlefield 1, and you got to rush that trench. It's crazy. Once you hit that trench, it's like it's Call of Duty. Yeah. But before that, there's if you're a sniper, you're sitting back there trying to find the perfect spot. I mean, I sniped dudes left and right in that game. It was hilarious. And then they'd finally come and like drop a bomb on you with an artillery, like with a mortar strike from the assault from the LMG class. Loved it.
I was a huge sniper in Battlefield. That shit was so much fun. Get that longest headshot was great.
Yeah.
Did they fix the kills on it? No.
What'd you say?
Like, did they fix it? Like, because Bad Company, like I said, I'm going fucking back mad years. But if you shoot somebody with a sniper, it would never like kill him instantly. It would always like hurt him once. Then you have to like do the pistol trick. Pull out the pistol and shoot again. Or is it now that if you pop him, they die? Or is it still they have like a health crap?
It depends
With
on.
most games, it depends on where you hit him. If you hit him in the thigh, he's not gonna die.
No, I mean like
You hit him
anywhere
in
like
the
neck
chest,
up type of deal. Like, is there like a
oh,
hard
neck up,
helmet?
yeah, you're pretty much dead. You're pretty much dead. Like I've one-shotted a lot of guys just right in the throat, or in the head or whatever. But if you aim at the chest or higher, pretty much, it depending on the sniper you have too. You could have like a pea shooter, because I remember that in Battlefield 1 there was a 9mm sniper rifle that you could shoot, over and over, like just repeat fire. But if you had a high caliber gun, you hit them chest or higher, it's pretty much over for them.
Okay, that's good though. Guys, just like that's one thing I don't like about some of the console games that are coming out, and everyone follows the trend. It's just like, let's give everyone extra armor because everyone's scared to play hardcore. They can't
Well, that's my biggest
It's like-
biggest hatred of Fortnite is you can shoot them once, but then there's a castle built in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
They actually came out. They came out with a video. I swear to God, they came out with a video. A couple days ago.
Instant fort where you just throw down.
I'll talk about that one. But they said when you shoot at a John Wick character in Fortnite, because they have the John Wick outfit, and a bullet goes past him, and next thing you know, he builds this bunker tower in no time and starts shooting, and they have music in the background and stuff like that. And of course, he's killing the other guy, no problem. But it's too unrealistic for me to enjoy. And talking about that porta fort, yeah, you get a grenade, you toss it on the ground, and then boop, fort. There you go.
Yeah, that's just. See, that's the aspect I don't like about Fortnite. It's just, why I can't get behind it. That's all.
I mean, there are tons of people that love it, and I know I read a week or so ago, and we touched upon with the guy sitting through a tornado while playing Fortnite. A bunch of women decided to try to ban Fortnite, and it was kind of like a joke. Like the woman who wrote it at first was just joking. She knew she couldn't ban a game. She just put it out there that her boyfriend was spending too much time on Fortnite and not paying attention to her or whatever. And then all of a sudden, 783 women in a day joined the petition. And they all said that husbands, boyfriends, children, a teacher actually got on there and said that they're banning Fortnite in school because kids are playing it during class and screaming and yelling and being disruptive. I mean, this game is I don't understand how it can be that addicting. Like I don't get it. Like, how can you play this during school? Like I don't understand it. I don't get it.
That's crazy.
It's just something to do. It says the game is brainwashing their boyfriends and making them antisocial. This is like the headlines I'm googling right now.
I don't doubt it. I mean, I can't get behind the game. I don't like it. I don't see why everyone's so enthralled in this game.
That's bullshit. That's like, say you say you're a movie buff and you got your girlfriend and maybe she's addicted to watching Netflix. You're trying to do other shit. You're gonna start banning Netflix. So
I know, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have Netflix on your phone. You can have it in your car if you have your shit hooked up with all the other nonsense. So like, I get what I get what they're saying, but it's like
Apple CarPlay now.
Yeah, but it's like, really? So it's gonna happen if I don't know. It's just funny. It's like, what do you do then? Netflix, I'm banning you. Like, nobody's gonna ban Netflix. There's too much Netflix and chill going on. Nobody get rid of Netflix. Shit, they're making movie theaters now, or they want to. How do you guys feel about that? Do they only put their movies on it?
Or like what? Buying movie theaters?
No,
like,
yeah, they're gonna. No, yeah, they're gonna be like your United Artists.
How would that work though? Like,
that's what I mean.
Are they just like gonna stream to their in-house thing? Like, I'm confused. Like, how would that work?
So, yeah, I mean, I could kind of speculate. Like, I'm sure I'm wrong, but you'll probably pay like $30 to stream for 5 hours or something.
Or
like, here, Let's stream The Office for 5 hours.
No. I think the plan is for that. You know how we have the big movie releases like Black Panther and stuff. They're like in the movie theater. I think they're gonna make movie theater only Netflix releases. So you have to go to the Netflix theater to watch.
I see. Okay.
To watch, let's say, this exclusive, but it won't be on the platform.
Or like a season premiere or something.
Yeah, like something like that. Like you only can catch it there.
Yeah, I can see that.
But like, would that be a big hit? Because like we already have Netflix in our house, so why the hell we want to leave now to go? It kind of defeats the purpose in a way for Netflix standpoint.
Yeah.
To me,
I don't know.
what I mean?
Maybe they have something else up their sleeve.
Well, you know what I think they should do, and I've been hoping someone would do this for forever, but when a movie releases, like remember that movie The Interview with James Franco and Seth Rogen?
Yeah,
That's great.
How, North Korea was like, you can't put this in movie theaters, whatever. So they streamed it on the night of the release. I was one of those people. My father, my sister, and I, we bought it and we watched it together on a tablet. I think if Netflix buys movie theaters, I think what they should do is when a movie is about to premiere, they can start streaming it on Netflix instead of, you'll have people go to their theater to watch it, but they also stream it on Netflix before it's made to like DVD.
Yeah, but the thing with that though is Netflix has like different content for what region of the world you're in. So if you're like here in the US, you're as a US consumer, and if you go over there and sign into your account, you're not getting the shows that say like a Japan account would have. You get what I'm saying?
Well, if they're buying movie theaters in the US and let's say Avengers Infinity War premieres, then they put it on their streaming service instead of, for the US. They're not going to put it in Japan. We're not in Japan. If it comes out in Japan, then by all means, if you have a Netflix movie theater there, stream it to your service.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of weird shit going on. All that Japanese shit, with all like Japanese like animation on movies. They're all in movie theaters, like trying to get off to like hentai or whatever. Like, nah.
Anyway, back to Battlefield 4. So yeah, if you guys haven't played it or anything, if you guys like some tactical gameplay, Battlefield 4 is a good game. I want to know what your guys' longest headshot is. Mine is 1502. Let me know if you guys can beat that. Comment below and we'll go over it.
I was like, wait, I don't have the game. I can't. I was like, I can't take that challenge. I was confused for a minute. Then you finished your sentence. I was like, what? I was like, I'm lost. I don't have that game.
But yeah, 1502 longest headshot. And let's add something else in there. How about dog tags taken? Mine is 116.
So 1 is the newest one, right? Or 4?
1 is the newest.
Okay, I'm just making sure because, like I said, I'm
way back to World War One.
I'll say I'm way out of the loop. I feel like a noob when it comes to console games. I do. I just feel like mad dumb because everyone's talking about God of War and stuff. I'm like, I don't have it. I've never played it. Never played it.
Dude, God of War looks absolutely amazing. They did such a great job.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, they had to change it. That was the thing. They had to change what they've done for the past God of War games because no one was enjoying them.
Yeah, it was like the same hack and slash, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, there was no enjoyment. The originals were great, but when they started coming out with newer ones, it was just like, really? Like this again? So they adopted The Last of Us into the new God of War. With the child. They saw how popular Last of Us was and decided that they were going to mimic it, and it worked out for them.
With the story and stuff.
It's a great addition. Yeah, it adds way more to the story and like more of like an emotional connection between you and the game and like those characters. I think it's a great addition to it.
Because that 10-minute trailer I watched that you sent me, I told you, like, it gives you some feels. Right? It's like a dad looking at his son, and it's just like, hey, you don't want to do it, but I need to show you because dad's not gonna be around forever, type of deal. It was like, okay, I get you. I get where it's going. So that was, and it looks awesome.
Disappointing that it's only on the PlayStation 4. I definitely get that for Xbox, but exclusives.
I'm gonna buy PS4 though when Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out. I don't
Oh,
care.
dude. Well,
Like I'm dropping it. I'm gonna
I'll
have
get
to.
that. I'll get that God of War and we'll play.
I'm gonna have to. Because I
Tell you
can't
one thing
wait.
though, there's a lot of talking about PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and yes, the supreme being called computers.
What's better out of the consoles though? Since you have them, since you had them
Honestly,
both,
right now,
you
Yeah,
had them
I
I'll
both.
mean,
tell
you
you
can only answer that.
right now, Xbox. Xbox has maybe 9 or 10 exclusive games coming out, but they are geared toward gamers like myself.
Older, like you, or not
I
older,
wouldn't say
but
more
you know what I'm
mature.
trying to say.
More
Yeah,
mature.
that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, PS4 has like 32 or 36 games coming out, but maybe 28 out of that 32 is 2D. It's platform games. It's nothing I want to deal with. Like nothing most gamers I know want to deal with. Like we don't.
On PS4.
Yeah, they're
Oh.
coming out with 2D. PS4 is coming out with 2D and just a bunch of platform games that.
Yeah, Spyro. Is Spyro?
Well, Spyro.
Is that Universal?
Spyro,
Yeah, that's gonna be for Xbox as well.
yeah.
Okay. So it's not exclusive.
But it's just I don't know. PS4 had a great start. I mean, it's years down the road now, and in the last couple months, Xbox has pushed ahead with sales, and it's because it's because they're coming out with stuff people want to play and not, other people don't want to waste money on. Like, yes, Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's going to be great, but there's just not enough exclusive games coming to PS4 that made me want to stay on it. I was like, why, none of these games I want. I'm not going to play any of them. I wanted to play PUBG. But they weren't getting it. And all they had to give me was Fortnite, and I friggin' hated that crap. So it's, it was an easy move for me. Plus, Xbox is getting Black Desert, which is a great MMO, and PS4 is not getting that.
What's Black Desert?
Black Desert's actually an MMO that's on PC. It's a tough MMO, but has a wide range of character classes and move sets and stuff, and bosses are extremely difficult.
So what can you compare that to? Like something more known.
What's the game called?
2? Guild Wars 2, I would say.
Okay.
But not as cartoonish. Like it doesn't have crazy cat races or stuff like that. You could be like a ninja class samurai. It's called Black Desert. By the way, I heard you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a game I've been looking forward to for quite some time, and PlayStation's not getting it.
Is it something you've been waiting for a long time, like No Man's Sky?
I wasn't waiting for No Man's Sky. I knew that game was.
Somebody was waiting for it for the longest. I thought it was you.
No, it was terrible. That game was horrible.
God. Somebody in this crew.
Let me tell you. Let me give you a quick overview because I played it. Let me give you a quick overview.
I played too. It was trash.
Was
Probably knowing him.
No Man's Sky starts you out with a broken ship, makes you play like 100 hours, and it says you can go anywhere in the universe, but you can't build anything. You can't make friends with any of the aliens.
You take pictures of animals.
There's no point in going
add it to your Pokedex.
No joke. That's what it was.
So I stayed on the line it gave you to get to like the center of the universe or whatever, and when you finally get there, and quote unquote beat the game, it sends you to a new, like, you're going through the space and time, like it's just shooting you through space, and all of a sudden you crash land on another planet and start the game all over.
Sounds like Destiny.
That and the fact that you can't like meet people, it was like super hard to like people try to link up, and to the point that like these.
Well, they hyped it. They hyped it up so much. They were saying like you could do all these things. You could attack other ships, do this, blah blah blah. You can meet your friends, and then within like the first day, someone and their friend were at the same exact location in space on the same planet next to the same building, and they couldn't see each other.
Yeah, it was weird. Like it was like you got to go through hoops to get there.
they learned their lesson. They should not hype the game more than they did, and they wound up changing it. Now you can build a settlement. Now you can hire aliens to watch over your bases and whatnot. But it's still pointless. It's not a. There's
Not
no
what
point to the
you
game.
expected.
Yeah, there's just nothing. It was a flop.
Back to God of War though. Have you
Yeah.
guys like the attention to detail in that game is just phenomenal.
Bro, I was looking at the
Did
facial
you notice?
expressions. Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah, the facial expressions.
When he hit that freaking
like,
giant, it was like
Yeah.
the spit in the way his lip. I don't know. It was like the wrinkle, like when you get punched in slow motion. It was like they nailed that.
And the trailer when he
Like-
like smashes it down on the ground.
Yeah, it's
That
like.
was just like
But
perfect.
that's what makes little things like that make older gamers like us appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like younger kids, they don't see. They're just like, oh, that looks cool. We're looking at it like, wow, look how they freaking added that grass piece. They made it fly.
It's the realistic part of it.
Yeah.
Which brings me to another point, but I'll talk about that in a second. Another thing in God of War is the axe. After he puts it back on his back, have you noticed? Did you notice like the light?
Yeah,
like,
it dimmed. It dimmed down
thing, and
because
then,
he wasn't holding it.
See, little things like that is like what makes
It hypes us up for no reason.
Yeah,
We're like,
It is-
yo,
it's
did you
what it
see
is.
that? Did you see that? They're like,
it
"Did I
makes
see
it
what?"
look so good. And then
Yeah.
at the ending, when the dragon or whatever flew overhead with the you got the view out in front.
Yeah, that was nice.
Like that's amazing. And I would love to play some of it, but I don't have PS4. But the gameplay just looks amazing.
We have to get a PS4 or something. Oh, I don't know. Like if I buy a system, I still don't know what I would buy. I told you the PS4 just because of Final
Honestly-
Fantasy, but that comes out in like 2 years, so like there's nothing current that I would want. Like I would
Well,
love to play God of War, but I wouldn't buy a PS4.
Well, when that Pokemon hits and comes out,
I might buy the Switch
get
if
the
it's
Switch, 'cause
if it's really good. Though,
honestly,
yeah.
I really hope that'll have multiplayer compatibility online, because that would change so much stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like you could go, like me and you could get on at the same time and start our adventure and meet up somewhere.
Yeah, but the thing is, if it was for Xbox or PS4, yeah, for some reason Nintendo always drops the ball when it comes to making. I feel like that's always too advanced.
Like
for
games
them.
like that.
Yeah, like I just feel like it's too advanced for them to make like a game you can drop in and out of, like how we play Dying Light, The Division. I just feel like they just don't have it.
I could see like the multiplayer aspect of joining a friend's lobby, like in the Division or like Wildlands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I mean, I just feel like they always they don't have the, I guess, the framework to code a game that way, or just how their internet, like, is the Switch internet even good, or do they even have internet on the system?
Yeah, they have internet.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
So is it clunky? Since you have it, like, is it?
I mean,
like, that's what I mean.
it's normal. I mean,
Okay, so like I
from
know,
what I've experienced, it's okay.
because I know when they did it for the Wii, when it came to what was the game, Mario Kart, it was like really wonky, and so was Super Smash Brothers.
yeah,
it was
it
like
was.
really bad.
Well, the Wii U was just like a failed system.
Well, yeah, that
It was like
they skipped over
Okay,
that one.
what they envisioned for the Wii U was the Nintendo Switch.
So
Like the Wii U was supposed to be the Nintendo Switch.
So let's say the
what
Wii
I'm
U was a
saying?
prototype, and they just beasted it up to make the Switch because they figured out
Yeah.
all the problems.
Yep.
They jumped the gun on it. Nah,
But yeah,
that's
I mean,
not bad though.
Switch sales are still going up. They're doing well this year, so we can expect to see some good content out of them.
But I don't want to talk about Pokemon anymore. But I just really hope it's like what we all envisioned when we were kids, when everyone liked it. That's all.
Yeah.
I just want them to do it right. Finally, just give us what we all want, please. Stop giving us these cookie cutter same crap. Like even the handhelds are getting retired now. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
They should have multiplayer. Imagine that, like multiplayer on a handheld. Like that'd be freaking legit. It'd be different. I don't know.
So back to
Hold on, real
previous-
quick. Hey Rick, you alive? Or did you fall asleep? Yo, this bro knocked out on the podcast.
No, I'm here. Sorry.
Nah,
about
you was sleeping, bro. You was sleeping. He got that drool
Coming
coming out
back
his
from
mouth.
LA this morning.
I literally had an emergency, but then I came back. So.
Oh yeah, emergency. I'm just
Catching
making.
disease.
Oh, yeah, I swear you were knocked out. If I would have heard this, I would have been done.
Man, this is brutal.
That I would laugh about too.
Oh, okay. Now go ahead. What would you say? I just want to make sure he was alive.
The
So
last
what I
thing we
did-
were.
Sorry, I literally had to run, but what did I?
You missed a lot. You
Yeah.
have to watch it.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
That's
I'll
fine.
tune in. Sorry, guys.
Anyway, going back to God at War and that final scene in the trailer. We were talking about the reality aspect of it and all those the facial expressions.
Yeah.
Now, that kind of like brings me to the point of or the topic of VR. Like, what do you
Oh my God.
guys?
Dude, you read my mind. But go ahead.
Too soon.
No, he read my mind because I was gonna ask you a question about this, but go ahead, finish yours first, then I'll get into mine.
Now, what do you guys think? Like, where in what direction is VR going?
Dude, you took my whole
Can
question.
we see it? Did I? Are you
How did
serious?
you look on my notes? Listen, my notes. I
What?
pulled it up. I said we were talking about something. I said as a question, is VR really dead or did it really even take off? And then you just said, "Oh
Yo,
well."
that's so weird. Because like on podcast notes, I was saying, "Yo, I got something too," and I guess we're talking about the same thing.
Oh no, my thing is totally different. My thing is more of a. It's a funny topic. It's a funny topic, but I just wrote this before we started it, and it's funny you said it. But to me, I don't think VR ever went anywhere.
I hacked you.
Yeah, I bet. But I don't think VR ever really took off. I think VR to me is like when everyone wanted to do motion games, like the Xbox. I feel like it was just a quick fad. It's like, so I don't care for VR, and I see every game that's out, and I'm like, they're kind of cheesy. It's not like you can do the stuff we want to do. Like we want to shoot stuff by standing in that machine thing that we saw when we were like in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Everything now is like hands-on, defuse a bomb or whatever. Come on.
Going back to what I was saying. So, do you guys think from what the technology we have nowadays and what VR is, like the gear that we have today, do you think that is going to go any further, or is it just like going to stop right there? Like, is it going to evolve into something more VR aspect?
I'm gonna wait 10 to 15 years to really answer that question because what we have now is trash.
So you agree with what I'm saying, right? It's just like
it is. There was a VR video of someone giving ice cream or working out of an ice cream stand, and basically you hit the topping and put it on the cone, and then he threw it at the virtual reality woman, and she went flying, and it just said, "Oh, another happy customer."
She said,
"Oh my God."
Yeah. And then there was another VR video where you can have like a wife in VR, and she like cooks for you and does all this stuff, and instead of like actually playing the game, the guy is punching the girl's boobs to a song.
What's it, like homebrew games or what?
What?
No, this one's an actual. I don't know what game it is because I
know what he's talking about. It's like kind of like
how do you? What?
It's almost like Sims, dude. This dude was like in artificial Sims, and I seen this video. What you're talking about? He's just sitting there, just making up words to a song and just doing random shit.
For what is this for a console?
It's like it's almost like a beta thing, but
it's most likely the PlayStation VR beta.
That's freaking weird.
That's
weird.
VR today is not what I imagined VR to be, and
I agree.
Yes,
and
I agree.
Our technology is not going to get to where I hope VR is in for like 100 years.
Well,
the technology.
I can add something to that. I don't know, maybe like it'll change your mind on like the time aspect of how it'll evolve, but there is some projects out there that have been going to further, or I guess to evolve VR.
Unless I get a full dive system, I don't.
Kind of like SAO. That was my.
Unless
reading each other's minds today.
No.
Unless
Wait,
VR
speaking
gets to that.
or VR, have you ever got? God, I can't speak. Have you ever heard of the game Steel Battalion? The very first
Yes.
one with
Yeah.
the $400 controller, like back on the original
Yeah.
Xbox.
Where you
Okay,
were in a
well,
tank. Yes.
Yeah, well, Google that, Mike, and then think of VR. Like Google the Steel Battalion, and if they did VR, and you still had that big old controller in there, and you immerse yourself in because you're in a mech.
Yeah.
So it's like if they did that type of thing, like when they make these VR games, if you give you an attachment for your hands, not just some stupid sticks on your hands, like if they give you like, let's say, airplane.
A glove.
No, like yeah, or, like you're an airplane. You're an airplane pilot.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish now. You
What?
fuckers.
What?
Because
What?
I looked up some info and I was gonna say, yo, there's some companies that are actually producing VR gloves.
We're on to
not
you,
just, like,
buddy.
controllers,
We're
man.
on to you,
Not just
buddy.
controllers. They're actually like gloves that you put on, and they have like sensors and stuff. And get this, some are force feedback.
Dude, that'd be great. So if like say you
I
punch, you
know,
could like
I've-
what?
So
I've
if
heard of
you're
it.
like,
Feel. He's still talking about
okay,
the
so
feel.
for example, if you like pick up a baseball and hold it in your hand can't like really close more than what the baseball size is.
What?
You get what I'm saying?
How to?
Yeah.
That's kind of hack,
they
bro.
They have a vest that if you get hit by a sword in the game, you feel it on the vest. You feel it on you. You get
Yeah,
shot
like
in the game.
More
you
like
feel it
a
on the vest.
thump, you know?
Well, it'll be
Yeah, like
feedback. It'll be
I've
feedback.
read about
Yeah.
I've read about those, but until they come available and not $1,500, then
I think that's the problem, though.
So-
like that
so that-
technology is expensive. I think that's why it'll never
I'm gonna
pop
buy
off.
it when it's.
I think
I'm gonna
that's
buy
why
a
it'll
finished
take
product.
a few years to like perfect and
and make it
get
cheaper.
it to a reasonable
Yeah.
price.
Like,
for
if
it
I
to
could
be
play-
actually
if I
like a
could play,
mainstream way of gaming.
If I could play Dark Souls 3 with a vest on and the gloves and feel like I'm holding a sword or whatnot, and then all of a sudden I'm getting hit, then yeah,
I don't
I'll
know.
purchase it for $1,500.
Dark
but-
Souls is boring to me, dude.
In the house.
It was
Totally
an
knocking
example,
everything
Brandon.
No, I played the first one because it's on your account on Steam. And I downloaded it and like I was playing it. I'm like, I don't know, I can't. It's just I couldn't get into it, and I love games like that. I just something about it. I was just like, eh. But yeah. Anyway, that's just I was like,
Yeah, I guess that was mine and your point.
that's just funny though. Your VR thing,
Yeah.
it nailed it like straight on.
But yeah, I
Well,
mean,
I feel like
Like-
it like you want it to evolve, and like you guys said,
Well, yeah, it's
it
revolutionary.
isn't where we thought it was going to be 10 years ago. Like it's barely like getting in.
it's like we're at the bottom with VR right now. Like there's so much more that VR can do.
They should have waited.
to-
They should have freaking waited to release VR.
It
like,
it
later
has so
on.
much more potential, honestly. And I mean, maybe we can give it another 10 years and see where it's at. But
But
yeah,
I think
mean,
by that time it'd
just
be
the
over.
just the other day, I saw a video of not Ninja, but Shroud playing PUBG VR. It's not actual PUBG, but it's a game that is like a battle royale.
But how does that work
But
though? Like,
is
it's just
VR.
because your head turn. You get okay. VR to me right
Yeah,
now.
you have
like-
to head turn to see like all around you.
So if I'm sitting in a seat, I have to turn 360 then, right? Not just left and right. Like, is it?
No,
what I
you
mean?
have to play standing up because you have 4 sensors on each corner of rooms,
Okay.
so that it'll read your body to know when you're like crouching or laying down.
So do you walk in place or you walk around your room to walk forward?
You well, that's the thing. That's
Okay.
the controller aspect of it.
so you still
he's
move.
holding controllers and he's using a.
Okay. I was just like, how does that work? But
Yeah.
All right. I guess that. But still, it's like a game. I think shooter VR games just seem like they just won't work. I feel like it's too complicated to how we would like if we go out and play paintball. There's so much going on, or
Yeah.
airsoft. You know what I mean? Like how do they?
I think
how can they
I'm
put
Well, I
that?
think that's why like in
How does that
real
work?
games like that, like airsoft and paintball would still be like a main form of entertainment to like get that aspect of reality. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it just seems odd. It just seems like it's hard to do or to make it work to the point that's like, all right, we can actually make this into a
Yeah,
revolutionary
by the
shooter.
way, that reminds me of a movie. It's called Gamer. If you guys want to check that out.
Oh, way back when we got the keychains.
Yeah.
Oh no, was that Guad has one? We were with him. We won the
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Gerard Butler.
Remember that? Yeah, we won those the Call of Duty tournament on shipment.
They wouldn't let me win.
Oh no, yeah, you couldn't. You played, but you couldn't win because you worked with them, right?
I won. I had like 90 kills in the minute they gave me, but because I worked at Best Buy, they said I couldn't win.
And they gave it to those little. They gave it to those little fuckers. Those kids that were working together. They were friends. They let him kill, and they were adding kills, and they split the TV because But yeah, we got those keychains. That's in my car.
Wow.
That's funny.
But yeah, there's this movie called Gamer. It's basically a VR movie and with shooters and shit. And there's it's pretty like weird movie, but you can get behind the idea of like what
they should remake
it was
that
supposed
now.
to be about. Yeah,
if they remake
it's interesting.
It's you take over the mind of another human.
Well, that's another part of the movie where I think it's called free space or whatever. Or I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was it.
It's another game in the movie. That,
No. Gerard Butler is a real human being. And
that's the shooter. Yeah, they have like this nanite technology that's like attached to their brain or whatever, and you get to control inmates to like in a shooter game.
Criminals.
It's interesting.
It's like Death Race, but you control them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you control
my
these
favorite actor though was Terry Crews when he's saying "There's no strings on me." Yes.
Well, he's a funny guy. Period. And he has an awesome ass computer.
Yeah, he built it himself.
No, he didn't build it. What you call built it for him? Well, he has an Old Spice.
He built his son's computer. Okay, with his son.
Because he has a custom made not Allspice. What am I talking about? Allspice seasoning. Old Spice. Old Spice. And it looks crazy, by the way. It's just funny.
He built his son's gaming computer with him. He said, because I actually watched an interview with him, and he said that his son, instead of going out to like play baseball, football, stuff like that, his son liked playing games. So he said instead of buying him a computer, we built one for him, and it was a father-son thing that they could do together. And him watching his son play games actually got him hooked on games.
That's how it happens, though. Like I got my dad into that playing the Wii. Of course, it's so stupid, but he wanted to play the tennis and bowling. I got his old ass up to play that. So
cool.
Oh yeah, is there an age limit, or are you ever too old to really play a video game? Like, how people go like when you get older, like you're too old to be playing video games. Like, really, do you think there's an age that somebody can actually say that and agree with, or
okay?
Because go ahead.
Most people that say that don't play video games.
True.
Is what I think. So they're like putting this image on someone that like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a negative image on grown-ups that used to play video games on like when they were like in their early 20s or teens and they enjoyed it, and it's something that sticks with you throughout your life. Like like I'm not gonna sit down video games for a while.
It's like, I look at like cigarettes. People
I can
smoke.
see myself. Yeah, exactly.
Like people smoke cigarettes at 14. It's like I play video games since I was like 6. So do you ever stop smoking?
But you don't see people fucking exactly. You don't
like
see people
But I just find it odd because a lot of people.
There's a video of an 89-year-old playing Skyrim.
That's what I'm saying. I'd be like 80 and I'll still be playing some CS:GO.
There's also another, I think, a 75-year-old man who plays like World of Warcraft, and he's got a group of friends that play with him. And they call him old timer, but he's still good at the game. He still does dungeons with them and things like that.
Was that a story that they had? Like it kept him, like it keeps him alive because he gets to still communicate with younger people. I remember reading a story about an older gentleman that would play an RPG. I think it's that one.
I mean, it gives him purpose to play a game, meet new people, plays with his granddaughter. But I know he said it gives him purpose. He wakes up, he gets on the game, and it helps him, with memory and stuff like that. A lot of it actually, a lot of people say that playing games. A lot of scientists, whatever, doctors say that there are games that help with dementia and stuff like that. I'm sure it's not World of Warcraft, but they have games for people who have dementia. Like, and it's just there's there's
Muscle
no telling
memory.
what it could do, but you got hand-eye coordination and it keeps you.
Yeah, it
It keeps
improves
you not
that.
gonna hurt, you know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
people think
I don't
that
think
like
there's
video
a
games is
time.
all bad, but it's not.
I think it comes a time when you don't say you're too old to play, but I think there's a time for everyone who says I'm just done with games. Like
Well, yeah,
I don't need.
that's different. Yeah, I can agree on that. It's like we go through that honestly. Like I went through like 3 years. I didn't touch any games, and I'm only 29. Like I did that maybe when I was 25, 23. I started like no joke. I just between work and I was actually watching movies more and stuff. I was doing other stuff like doing skating outside. It was just like cars. Like when I got my car, like it really took me away from the games because I was just doing upgrades and going to car meets. So I can agree on that point of it's time to stop for a little bit, but not to say are you ever you're too old to play a game. Man, shut up.
Yeah, you'll
Like,
never
come on.
really completely put it down.
It's like an addicting thing that's not, I guess, bad. Well, it can be. Oh, I'm not doing crack, so I think it's all right.
Well,
I'm just saying, like,
Spend money on video
everything in
games, guys.
moderation.
it's still an addiction, so it's like I can't say it's not.
Yeah,
but it's funny though.
Yeah.
Go ahead-
What did
go
you
ahead,
say,
Joe.
Rick?
Uh,
No, he said something about money, and I was just gonna say it kind of is like crack because I once did I did my own little checkbook to see how much money I would spend in the year just for upcoming games.
Oh my God, don't
It was
tell
like
us.
$3,000.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
How
what I'm
much?
saying, dude. How much money can people spend on games? That was like one of the questions that I wanted to like.
unlimited source. If it's like
It's
this,
just-
you same way you buy food. You go to work. You buy food for lunch. It's just one of those things. You just
So in one year, Guad, you spent $3,000, or
Yep.
around that, or over.
I would have to say
$3,000?
more because if games are $60,
Now, no,
that-
hold on. Does that include a system in it, or just solely games?
No, just solely games. Yeah, I forget what year it was, but I was working at GameStop and I calculated the games that were coming out and what I wanted to buy, and it was around $3,000 for the
That's
year.
crazy.
That's insane.
So that's 60. Oh, is that 60 games? Yeah, 60 times. Yeah, 60 times 60 is 3,600. So yeah, so 60 games a year, give or take.
For that
That's a-
year, yeah. This year, it's like there's not much that I want to play, so I'm probably gonna spend like
Damn.
$400.
But that's crazy.
See, that's a lot of money. Yeah.
Damn, buying 60 games in a year. Well, think about it. All the people that I follow on Instagram, when they take these pictures, they have stacks of games. Like they're like here from the floor.
Well, I mean, I save my games over. Like, I don't ever get rid of.
Well, I'm
my
saying
game.
for PS4,
Yeah, I never
PS4's been
really
out for
traded mine
how
in
long
either.
has PS4 been out? And to buy like every PS4 game,
I think like 3 years. Has it been 3 years?
that's a lot of money
No.
in 3 years to spend on some games. That's what I mean. Let's see.
Yeah.
Total amount
It gets expensive.
of PS4 games. Let's see how many are up to date.
Like,
There are
you're
1,700
basically.
PS4 games
Shoot.
right now, apparently.
Damn.
Times that just by 50. You know.
Like, just
Not even
okay,
60,
just to
but-
spend like $3,000 a year on games, you're buying like at least 4 games a month. You're buying like 5 games a month to make it to $3,000.
Yeah. See, look. How
Like,
many
that's a lot of
kids-
money.
Kids
That's
can't
like-
really pay for that. You
It's
know what I'm saying?
been-
that
it's
comes
been
out of a
5
lot of
years.
parents.
You're
It's been
spending
5
about.
years since PS4 came
Yeah,
out.
so 1,700 games came out in 5 years for PS4.
That's
Wow.
That's
loco.
and a lot of, and like I said, these pages I follow, they'll have stacks of just PS4 or Xbox One, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm cheap. I select real. I can't buy every new game that comes out. It doesn't do it for me anymore. Back in the day,
Yeah.
I was like this. I need to buy it. Now I'm like, they're like, have you played
Yeah.
this? I'm like, no. It's just,
Back in Battlefield days, Bad Company, when all those like when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 came out, everyone was on that shit.
yeah,
I got it the day of.
we were doing late night releases then, 12 o'clock at night. We were doing
Mhm.
doing those. Now they have them. I'm like, people still do that, but I don't play
Yep.
console, so I feel like it's dead. I didn't know people still went out. Like God of War apparently
do.
came out, and it's like I'm not doing that
Well,
shit
that
anymore.
that goes back to last episode of
Like,
digital era.
I swear it should be cheaper, and it should be digital.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, speaking of that, you know what's kind of funny? I'm on my Google thing checking the news. Guess what this website decided to post about? If games should be digital and ditch copies. I was kind of pissed. I'm like, we're not famous enough for them to see that content, but this freaking news outlet posted it 2 days ago. I'm like, we posted this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But nobody's watching us because nobody knows about us. I'm like, it made me kind of upset.
Yeah,
because I feel like we have valid points and there's nobody's gonna see it.
Or at least it'll take some time.
Well, yeah, by the time it takes us, well, they got it from this freaking media takeout. Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, look at the dates.
Look at the date.
Yeah, right. Look at the dates, baby.
There's your proof.
All right.
But let me touch base on but when Joe went, it's kind of like when you have like a room full of kids, 14-year-olds, but you get like a 20-year-old in there, and we're all gaming. It's just like how. When you're older and you game, and yes, you spend money on it, but when did it just become, well, I got a lobby full of 14-year-olds that talk a lot of smack just because you're older?
Well, that's just nowadays in general.
I think you get a lot more younger people in lobbies because parents don't really want to. They're looking for a distraction for their kids, and video game is an answer for that.
I mean, I personally like a lot of the games I come across. There's 95% of the people are 20 and up. You know what I'm saying? There's always that other. Well, I'll go 90. The other 10% where you get a little kid in there that wants to mouth off.
Okay. Let's say, okay, you walk in on your son or daughter and they're playing. You start hearing this crazy nonsense. What would you do as a parent of old school generation? How you were growing up? I'm just saying, because some parents, like when I was growing up,
like you hear them trash talking.
Yeah, like you just hear, like you're just in the room and you hear your son or daughter just talking some nonsense, as in talking shit,
like cussing and shit.
Yeah, like talking like straight up, like ignorant stuff that we deal with.
Oh boy.
Being that we're from the older time, even though we're still like under 40, but I hear kids nowadays on the game, and sometimes their parents will be screaming at them in the headset, and it's just like, "Tommy, stop! I'm yanking that off."
Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna watch. I want to see
like,
how it goes first.
That ain't happening,
man.
I'm taking that shit.
That's what's crazy though. Like these parents, I feel like they're scared. Like, don't. Your kids should not be talking like, yeah, if they're playing the game, like, some days it happens. We get excited or whatever, but
I'm sorry, Jimmy got his ass whipped online. The whole lobby heard it.
It's like, don't you ever.
Yeah, I'd leave it on just enough for that.
Oh my god.
His kid straighten up.
You just hear him in the microphone. Like, you gotta go, guys.
Some parents take it to an extreme where they like break their consoles and shit. Like, no, I wouldn't do that. But something I would do is be like, I'd make sure that like they get a sense of like humiliation for what they did, and then I would take it away from them, like cut the power or some stuff or whatever. But just to the point to where they understand that that's not okay.
Yeah.
At that young of an age.
But it's like, where I was growing up, it was just like, hey, my mom bought me an Xbox, right? Let's say I get a little too sideways. If I got too sideways, she would break that shit, and then she would go, you know what? You buy it. Because this is the one I bought for you. So this is still mine. And that's what I do with David. So
see, that thing is, I saved up, and I bought my own 360.
Well, you were smart. That's what I mean. You were one of the smarter ones. So they can't take it away from you.
My shit, I bought it.
You can't take it away from you. But I'm just saying, like, kids don't think about that. Like, David doesn't think about that. The computer he's using, it's mine. The screen he's using is mine. The only thing he has in there now is the keyboard and mouse and headset that I bought him. But once again, I bought it for him. So it's like...
How old is David? He's 15?
David's 14.
14.
So he's at that age that they're going to start getting sassy.
Yeah, I got my 360 at 14.
So that's.
I remember. Well, I actually had an
360's
Xbox.
old, man.
360's
That shit was like 10
old.
years ago.
No, it's
Damn!
longer. Hold on. The 360.
Yeah, that's way longer than 10 years old.
360.
That's about 12 years old.
No, it's 15.
Released in 05. 360.
Damn.
November 22nd.
05?
It's
05,
13
bro.
years
Oh,
right
yeah.
there. 13 years.
We
Wow.
old. We getting old, man. We getting old.
Yeah.
We're getting up there.
That's why we're sticking to PC.
How much did you spend on that?
What, the 360?
Mm-hmm.
I bought it for $350.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought it. I bought it 2
Including
years
tax.
after
It was like
it
something
was
about
out.
that. 360. Yeah. I bought it a year after. Or 2 years after? A year? 3? I don't know, whatever.
Because I had my brother's extra one, and then when I was modding consoles, I got one like for free.
Yo!
What?
Speaking of modding consoles, you remember when people used to mod their hard drives?
Yeah.
It's unlocked.
Yeah.
Get that gamer score.
Yep. No, the gamer score showed you how diesel you were, bro. Guad knows because Guad's gamer score was retarded.
I'm over 100,000.
But
Yeah.
it was like your gamer score was like, yo, you ain't ready for this.
It's funny. I was pissed though.
I
'cause
had when I was a
I
kid, when I was playing with Brandon and all that. We had a kid. I don't remember his name, but me and him were on the hunt for 100,000. This was back in the day.
Oh, good days.
He would, finish almost every game, like 1,000 every game, and me on the other hand, I would buy quantities of games just to get the gamer score.
Mhm.
Like
Speaking of that.
I think I 1,000, like maybe 4 or 5. They're all Call of Duties. And but I had over 390 Xbox games or 360 games, and I got like 109,000 gamer score. Wound up beat him to the punch, and he conceded and was like, "Damn it!" And I was
But
just like, "Yep."
That was the thing,
Face
though. That was the money maker on 360. It was the hunt for gamer score because I remember I would sit there. I had a modded one, so I just had the games, ways. But I would play like games like Cars because all you had to do for Cars is just play the story mode and you get an instant 1,000. Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles, just play the story mode, nothing extra, 1,000. All these stupid games that you just put in and you just play the story. You play the 4-hour story, 1,000. So you rack them up real quick. So they made bank.
Reminds me. So when the Xbox One first released, original Xbox, not the original Xbox, but Xbox One.
Yeah,
you know,
yes.
A few what was it like 3 years ago when it released?
I hate that they call it that. They should call it something different because people always
Xbox
go.
One, yeah.
They always go.
It's always confusing, yeah.
It's like the original
So,
Xbox.
The Xbox that everyone has. So there's this guy when it first released. Microsoft awarded him Live for life.
Why?
Because,
what do you do?
Because
He
hit a million gamer score.
Yep.
Fuck, that's
I
crazy
actually-
money.
Yep.
I watched that. It's funny that when you guys were talking about gamer score, I instantly thought of that, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, that 100 sounds nice. That's way more than me." Because
Yeah,
well,
that
I've
guy
actually
is
gone through
How
like
much
two-
game hours is that? Like, how do you like? How can you
Well, it was
convert
him and
that?
somebody else that was like really going for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was like actually hunting for, like achievements. He was like doing the achievement requirements.
Yeah. He was literally trying to do all the hidden content.
Yeah.
Like he was going through everything because I think he had a competitor or a rival that was chasing him down, dude, to get there before him.
I forget his name, but he'll come up. Million gamer score.
Yeah, I'm already on it. Stallion 83. Ray Stallion 83 Cox.
But he'll never have to buy Xbox Live again.
He was playing Titanfall Wednesday night when he did it after 8 years of work.
Live
freaking-
for life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Live.
That's not even like a prize though. It's like really, like I get it, but it's like really, give the guy some money, bro. Well, he saves, but it's like give him something
Saves a
cooler.
lot of money each year. It's been what since Xbox?
What 60
3
bucks
years?
a year, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, 8 years. Yeah. Shit, damn. You look at it that way, it's super pricey.
Yeah.
Well, I
Like,
dropped like 600 on one of my Xboxes. So,
well, that's just buying the system though. Like, the system's always expensive.
well,
Like, it'll never
it's
get any
had like
cheaper.
it's my third one, but the last one I bought was a collector's edition. Plus, I got a couple games and
They need to get rid of games
accessories.
for that reason too. The
So,
360 with that stupid ring it would get if you tap the damn system and all that crazy nonsense.
Red Ring of Death.
No, but between that or like legit, like you walk by your Xbox fast enough and you get some drift. That should have wiggled. Your game goes
or the disc. The disc.
Yeah, it just spins, goes. And you open it up, it's like, yep, game over for that. At least if it's downloaded, just say corrupt, re-download.
It kind of goes back to should games be digital?
I 100% agree now. Like with the whole internet, it's like I don't think the internet's going anywhere to the point there are servers or
definitely not.
It's like even you think about hackers. Well, dude, yeah, there's hackers, but there's still other people that are just as smart as them that won't allow that to happen. Yeah, and hackers don't really want to target gaming. You get what I mean? Like they won't target that.
Like, there's so many security measures coming out like every month to to be updated. You know, like it's just.
I just don't see it happening. You might as well just do it. But then again, they won't put their games cheaper, so I think that's why they're gonna always make physical copies. They won't do it. They won't do it.
I guess we'll see.
You'd miss out on a lot of money.
I guess so. When I finally buy a console and go back to that ship. Now,
how I like the movie.
Your mic just bugged out. 1. Oh yeah. Did anybody see that? It came out, right?
No.
Or no, it didn't come out. What?
Mike, you went to go see it.
What is it?
The movie.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One?
Is it out?
Yeah. It's basically like the VR world, movie. We kind of touch base, about it, but then.
Oh, it is out.
That's where I want to see it.
But did you see it?
No.
Did you see it, Quad?
Yeah, I saw it. I think we spoke a little bit about it last episode.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Unless I was not here. It doesn't sound like it rings a bell.
But yeah, Ready Player One. It's a VR.
Well, was it good? Did it do good?
VR thing. I mean, I liked it. Some people didn't like it. But it basically.
Was it better than Pixels?
Oh yeah. It takes place.
That's funny.
Takes place in this huge VR world where you can visit you can literally play anything like Halo, fucking Battlefield, and any other game you can think of, but it's all meshed into one, and it's called the Oasis.
That's crazy. That seems that must have been so hard to create that.
You can jump to different worlds and play what you want in VR.
That's tight.
That would have been better as a TV show.
I've seen movie characters.
Yeah.
Too. It's kind of like the Iron Giant,
Yeah, like the Iron Giant was in it. Yeah.
Like the Iron Giant, like the cartoon way back when in 1990.
Like the Thing, yes.
Yeah.
In 1999 with Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
That shit, dude.
What?
So I don't know. You should check it out.
I'll probably own it just because it's a gamer movie, and I like sci-fi, dude. So I'm like, I'll probably just get it just to copy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't hear anything about it. Once it came out, usually on my news feed, nothing ever came up about it.
Yeah, it wasn't really that much. I don't know. I wasn't that.
I seen that shit everywhere.
I
guess in my area, I didn't.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's doing well.
Maybe it's just because
a lot
of my
of people like it.
And
Some
stuff,
don't.
what I follow, my contents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it popped up anytime I went online, I would scroll down. There was one, then something else. But I swear I thought I told you, Diesel.
I know people were hyping it up, so I thought it'd be more of a crazy rollout for it. That's what I mean. We get crazy rollouts for stupid games than a Steven Spielberg movie people have been talking about it way before it was even in the movie theater. I heard about it a couple of years back. They're like, this movie's gonna be awesome, but it's it never.
I mean, the idea.
It didn't blow
there.
up. Yeah, it seemed like a really cool idea. I wonder if they're gonna make a game based on it, like they do some movies. I don't know how they would do it, but some people do
where
that.
I would like to see our actual VR. That or just give me kind of how with the Steel Battalion. Give me a freaking Gundam. Give me some big ass robot to jump up in, and just literally take the physical or our physical form out of the danger zone where you get in there kind of like a UFC. What if? Well, okay, this dude's mind and everything.
UFC VR.
With that vest on.
Yo.
With that vest on.
Gloves?
In those gloves.
Ooh, that should be tight.
Imagine.
It's like taking the actual injury out. Be like, okay, well, this dude has a great military mind, but he's old as shit. He's frail.
But he's old as shit.
you like punch him in the chest and he goes flying back.
Yeah, you got a heart attack.
Dang, nabbit.
VR killed me. No.
That hurt.
Just by VR.
But you throw the VR headset on this 80-year-old dude, mops the floor with you, dude. Like it just totally like UFC the fuck out of you.
Dude, speaking of like, okay. VR with like things like scared of heights.
Like VR, I think why so many people are behind it is because of the what's it called? The show Sword Art Online and how they like portray it as VR. Because that's what like
that's the anime, right?
Yeah. Anime.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what people are looking for. That more realistic.
Oh yeah, that's an upcoming game. They're doing the One Piece.
But yeah, what were you saying, Brent?
Damn, what was I saying? Oh, like VR. I was thinking about the movie The Walk. Anybody seen The Walk? When the guy tightropes across the World Trade Center? They came out in 2005, 2015, but the guy did it in like 1973. Like he walked across the Trade Center on a tightrope.
What?
You never heard of this guy?
No.
Well, it's a movie called The Walk. It's at 2015. It came out, the remake, and I was talking to a girl on Instagram. We were going back and forth, and how she's scared of heights. I'm like, well, you should watch that movie because apparently it made people throw up in the movie theater. But imagine having VR. What? Imagine having VR and with the scenes they were portraying, like you walk on a tightrope, a game that you're walking. Like, yeah, you're on the floor, but once you put the headset on, you're immersed in this reality.
Well,
like what?
That.
Heart attack. Yeah.
Like, would you play it? Would you play it though? Because I don't know.
I get motion sickness, dude. If I fell.
You're on a skyscraper, and there's a cat out on this long ledge, and you put the VR headset on, and they showed people trying to walk out on this ledge, and they had like stuff so you can fall down, and some people fell off and like freaked out and stuff like that, and people who are afraid of heights.
That screws with your mind, dude.
It's like vertigo and all that all in one.
Maybe that's why the graphics are so shitty, because if you made it too realistic.
But I think that's the point. They should, like, if they can make a movie VR look so good, just put it into a game and let us play it.
To the extreme, dude.
Like the disclaimers that they don't have in games anymore.
They can make the movie realistic because of CGI, but VR isn't. The technology for VR isn't there. Like if you're gonna do VR, it's all pixelated, and most of it's pixelated. Most companies that do VR, like I did the virtual reality doctor one at a friend's house, and it was insane. Yeah, it was where you had to like you had a heart failure. So
I heard that, Mike.
Like, do whatever, and it was so stupid.
Role playing. My segment.
It turned out for me being
what's her name?
I just took a straw and sawed his neck. Saw his neck until he died. That's literally what I did. And he said, "You killed your patient." Like it's not. There's no pinpoint accuracy. And I'm
gonna cut this artery, and all of a sudden, it's a freaking geyser over here. Freaking.
Yeah,
that'll gross me out, bro. Oh my god. I'll be all queasy.
There's some queasy people out there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like faint with the blood. I can handle all that gore shit. I'm like, all right, cool, let's see.
Well, gore's different than like seeing like, okay, if you watch gore in a horror movie, it's different than watching blood spew at some guy's neck. It's just two different things.
My how I am in real life is that okay, I'm not gonna like stare at this person like
bring you to his face.
I dive right in. But that's how some people are. They just look at
Charlie
it just
flash through his eyes.
Fuck. I'll just wait for this man's soul to leave his body. Then I'm gonna fucking call, or I'm gonna whip out my phone.
Rick, I'm sorry, bro. I'm never gonna let that go.
What happened, dude? Because
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
recall what you're talking about.
It's okay. I'll send
I'm
Charlie
sorry.
to come help you.
I do not recall what you're
Bro,
speaking about.
I'm trying to relax. Hold on.
Charlie
Woo!
the shark, bro.
Oh my God.
Charlie the shark.
He
From
don't even
episode
remember. He don't even
Sharknado,
remember.
you don't remember.
Never happened, buddy.
Yeah.
Never happened.
You're like Anton with that twister.
Oh shit. Get him.
Oh my God.
Oh.
You guys are killing
Charlie,
me right now. I'm
that-
dying.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Oh man, I'm dying.
That's gold.
That is too freaking funny. And all right, we pretty much joked around enough we covered the whole hour and some change. we can cut it now and save more nonsense for later because I didn't even get to my topics. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna keep that one. I'm gonna build upon this one.
Anyway, just a quick recap. E3 is June 12th to the 14th.
Oh yeah, what people
Tickets
are gonna be there? Like, do you know? Like, it's just everyone, right?
There's Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony.
Is there anyone you want to see? Like, if you was to go?
I mean, I would definitely look at Microsoft and Nintendo's panel.
I wonder if like Valve has one like to release like Half-Life 3 since we've been waiting for that game since 1990.
A long time. Let's just keep it at that.
I want to see the BrolicGamer Cast there.
Dude, that's the only reason why I'm saying we should go. We all get the shirts.
I'm game, dude.
And like we go as interviewers and like, all right, we have a podcast. I'll make business cards and we pass them out, bro. And we just do like, I guess, stage interviews, and then if they're good enough, we upload them to the channel. I don't know. I just think that'd be cool.
That'd be
I'll
cool.
just keep putting.
Like, you know what I
I'll pay
mean?
my rent, dude, and I'll put some money off to the side.
This thing is, we would probably have to have this money saved by sometime May because if it's the 13th.
Well, I mean, we already have one of us going.
So what's that? I want to go. I never been to like an E3. I never been to like an esports event.
We'll live
like
stream that, by the way.
Okay, but still, I think we should try to. We should try to get there, like as us, like the crew.
Road trip.
That's what I mean. Because Mike is already down. Well, how far are you from LA, Mike? Because you're coast, so is it the same?
Let's see.
What, 2 hours?
About 3.5 hours.
Oh, so it's almost the same. So okay, so yeah, I just think it'd be cool and be like a guys hangout.
Traffic.
I'm not driving. Fuck.
Anyway,
no, I'll have to
tickets
drive.
for E3 are $300 if you guys want to check that out sometime.
And so meet up with us if you from Instagram or YouTube or and you live close. We can all do that.
God of War, great game to play. If you haven't tried it yet, just give it a rent or something. I'm sure it's at Redbox or somewhere else, or just borrow it from a friend.
What happens with that?
Redbox, yeah, we'll save that for.
Oh, okay. Because that just maybe okay.
Yeah, it's another topic to go through.
Okay,
that's a whole other 20 minutes.
Well, we'll save it.
Yeah.
Afterthoughts?
Anyway,
No.
God of War, check it out.
Yeah, those visuals in that was really
good.
spectacular, dude. Like it just if you can see yourself in a game, trying to relate. Mm-hmm. That looks like a great game.
I guarantee that story's gonna make me cry at one point if I play it, just because like I have a daughter
probably.
And like Rick, you have a son. You know how like when you have kids, like you get real emotional. Like I can't watch kids like dying in movies. I'm like a little bitch about it. Like no, straight up, I can't. Like it's so different
Kratos
now.
Over here trying to be sympathetic. Just watching the gameplay, seeing all how the leaves, the light shine through the trees, and him trying.
Has any games ever made you cry?
Me personally?
Any game? No, I'm just anyone. Like any game you guys play. Have you ever felt for a game?
Yes.
Do you want to save that and leave it at this, and we'll save that for next?
We'll save it. We'll make note of it.
Okay, because there's a couple games that really touched me because Guad knows one of them. I would say Lost Odyssey.
Yeah. And then one last thing for you guys.
I touched that on the first episode.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying though, like being like but I'm saying like, what other games made you cry though? I'm gonna make a list of someone that made me like feel emotional. I guess not saying you ball out crying, but what did you feel for it?
We'll go in depth next episode with that. And then one last thing, don't forget to comment below with your longest headshot, little small competition for you guys, and total amount of dog tags taken. Battlefield 4.
Dude, we should totally set that up for each
Oh.
podcast.
Yeah.
A challenge at the end for a game, like PUBG
Yeah, I
or
think
games
that'd
we
be cool.
play.
We can start that now.
Okay, so you
Oh,
got
that's
Battlefield. Okay, cool. We'll start with that one. We'll see what happens.
And yeah, that's good.
I
for
think
me.
we wrapped it up.
If there's anything that anybody wants us to, chop it up about,
Yeah,
address,
definitely. Post it
Yeah,
below
send-
or
comment below and you're good.
send it, and always
We'll bring it
subscribe,
up sometime.
baby. Always subscribe. We're gonna actually start doing this YouTube etiquette thing. So please
Yeah.
subscribe to the link below. I guess they do this usually, right? They put their hands like this
Yeah.
below, and like, comment, subscribe, and share it to your friends because we're just that awesome. And I think I'm done.
Yeah, I'm good. Lights out.
We out. Later, people.
later.